if you still believe it somewhere in here, you can claw something out of you. I wasn't supposed to lose in my head. And it just, I give my life to this game, man. I give everything. I swear to you, I give a lot. And it just tore me apart. There's just something in me that knows I can get better. And it's like that quest for perfection.
Good, ready to talk?
I am.
Let's go back, all the way back. Talk to me about childhood.
So I grew up in Meriden, like a small knit community. Mum wanted to kind of move and have her own independence. So we moved to London. So I was then like commuting between London and Watford a lot of the time. But when I moved to London is when I found boxing. I wasn't this kid that was like designed to be a fighter, where it was like, I joined the amateur club at the age of 8 years old, or my dad had a vision of me being a fighter one day in my life. And when I made that decision, it was like a prophecy coming true. It was never, so I've had like a real, like going out raving, girls, smoking, drinking, being arrested. Like I've had a good education. I've had jobs. I've worked in Brent Cross. I've worked for airlines. I've worked as a security guy before. I went to college.
But you loved it, you enjoyed it?
So good, so good. And now I don't know what it is, but it's like boxing has become everything, like my only thing. Like there is nothing else out there anymore.
3 defeats.
Yeah, crazy.
On the ledger. Which one hurt the most?
Usyk 2.
Usyk 2.
Usyk 2, yeah. Massively. But I respect Usyk.
Of course.
Yeah, I respect him, but it just hurt the defeat.
Are you able to look back at that performance, regardless of the defeat, and say, wow, good performance? I was ringside.
It was a weak performance by me.
I think so.
I wasn't supposed to lose in my head. And it just, I give my life to this game, man. I give everything. I swear to you, I give a lot. And it just like, even talking about it now, it just makes me feel like, just give everything.
Is it because you ticked every box? Like someone asked me, like obviously I was there ringside for that fight, watching it.
So even now talking about it makes me feel like, it chokes up a bit. It's like, when you put everything into something, and it's not easy, you know what I mean? As I said, like 18, I decided to change my life differently. So, yeah. And the only thing we get credit for is winning.
Yeah, there's no silver medal in boxing.
There's no silver medal in boxing. There's no second place. You only get credit for winning. And it's like, and what I gave wasn't enough. I know myself, so sometimes I hear people talking, I'm thinking, you don't have a clue. Sometimes people talk like they know, like, yeah, and I know AJ done this, and I'm like, that's wrong, that's a lie, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like I'm controlled, I don't have my house in order, or I'm the golden boy, so they need to give me advice. Like, brother, take more control of yourself, man. Take more control of your business. You know, don't let Eddie take you for a ride and this and that. But little do they know, sometimes it's the quiet one in the room that's the most powerful.
Who is Anthony Joshua?
Is someone who's going through life, but at this present time, Anthony Joshua is a fighter, a businessman, and a family man.
When you first started, you were just a fighter?
No. Because when I first started, I looked at boxing and I said, if I'm going to be a boxer, what can I get out of this?
That early?
That early.
Okay.
That early. I always had hustle in the back of my mind, always. I had the energy for it and the passion for it. And I have a great team, of course. I have a phenomenal team. But I'm also part of that team, and I want to do well just as much as they do.
I remember the Jermaine Franklin press conference.
Yeah.
I think Eddie asked you the question. Everyone was surprised by the
money.
answer. I'm not going to say exactly what you said, but I'm going to paraphrase.
Say it. I'll paraphrase
it. You was like, money. Basically, what are you in this for? Money. And first of all, I was happy with the answer, because it's true, right? This is a dangerous sport, get paid. But in the back of my mind, I was like, it's not like the bailiffs are knocking at your door. You know, you're not broke.
I thought about what I said as well.
There's more than just money that you do this for.
But you asked me who I am, and that's why I said I'm someone that's going through life. Yeah. Because at different stages of your life, you're allowed to evolve.
True.
So who am I? I might become a Buddhist in the next 10 years, and my whole perspective on life might change. So who am I is a hard thing to say, because you're always subject to change in your life. And at that stage in my life, just F everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I've been through a lot. Yeah, I don't get the respect. I felt like I didn't get the respect. I felt like I fought a lot of fighters at the time, and it wasn't about money. It was about the pride and winning. And I've lost, and it's like, well, you're not good. And it's like, well, of course, if you fight the best over and over again, you might come up against it. But it was like, you know what, forget all that stuff. It's just about the money. Yeah, what are you doing it for? You're still passionate? Yeah, but I want to get paid. And at that stage in my career, that's what it was. And then after the fight, it's done. Everyone gets paid, and it's like, well, what is it about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
What is it now? If I was to ask you that question now.
It's because I have a passion to keep on improving. There's something that I'm like, people say I'm an overthinker, but I'm better to be an overthinker than an underthinker. My brain's active and it works, and I'm searching for ways to improve, and there's just something in me that knows I can get better. There's just something in me that keeps on telling myself, like, I'm getting better, I can get better. And if I get better, what happens? I beat someone, I win. And what happens when I win? I become champion. And it's like that quest for perfection.
Let's go back, if we can, a little bit to April, Jermaine Franklin.
Yeah.
It's funny, I remember I get in the ring, he was trying to grab the mic from me. I was like, I'm not letting go of this mic, AJ.
Why? In case I do it Usyk?
Because you run around the ring. I've got to be in control.
Worried about that Usyk.
No, I wasn't afraid of that at all. Grade your Franklin performance. Got the W.
Got the W, which was the most important, which I said,
thing, right?
which was the most important, and I got that. But also now I look back, priorities change. It's like, I want the W, but I also want the finesse. It's all in here. It's where you are here. If you're still that same fighter in your mind, even though people say you're not as good as you used to be, if you still believe it somewhere in here, you can claw something out of you. And in a fight, when you need to claw that out of you, you'll have it. Especially a fighter like me, where people really want to beat me. They don't just want to win, they want to beat me. Even if you play a Division 2 team, they're going to play like a Premier League team, then they can just pull off an upset, and that's why I have to be on my P's and Q's for this fight.